Welcome back to the Band 2 Exodus channel. Tonight, I wanted to discuss the new song that's mentioned in Revelations. What is the new song? Is it a new LP, some new hit song that's coming out? Is it actual lyrics to the T that we need to be able to memorize within a certain language? What is the new song all about? Let's dive into it. The first thing that I wanted to do was to run a couple of definitions down so that way we can get some type of traction on the road before we start up on this subject tonight. Def Definition of harmony.
Here's the definition of harmony: the combination of simultaneously sounded musical notes to produce chords and chord progressions having a pleasing effect.
Alright, so it's a combination of notes simultaneously being played until you get a desired effect or the melody that you want to hear out of those different sounds or effects or noises or whatever have you. The meaning of a harmonizer.
According to less than b greater than dictionary /b greater than.com, a person skilled in the theory of composition of harmony, a device that electronically duplicates a signal at a different pitch or different pitches.
Alright, I want to concentrate on a person skilled in the theory of composition of harmony. Alright, so stick with that. I want you to remember that. A person who's skilled in the theory of composition of harmony. Alright, meaning of master of ceremony.
According to Merriam-Webster, definition of master of ceremonies: 1. A person who determines the forms to be observed on a public occasion.
Alright, a person who determines the forms to be observed, listen to me. Ordinances must be observed on certain days within our nation, certain ceremonies according to our spirituality. Alright, it's band two people. You can kind of feel what I'm getting at. Alright, a person who determines the forms to be observed on a public occasion, a person who acts as a host at a formal event. Alright, so we talk about this new song in Revelation, and to make sure that we get away from these Western idioms, we're going to have to realize something about this song. First of all, we're going to start off with the fact that it is not a new LP coming out. It is not a new hit song with a specific words within a specific language that is written down on a specific piece of paper with a specific copyright on it and this, that, and the third. It ain't that type of song. So the first thing that we need to do is to come away from the idea that this is your everyday average song that was composed by normal means. Alright, so the new song that is spoken of in Revelation that the saints will sing is not a normal song that you are used to dealing with by conventional wisdom. Now, what I'm going to do before we actually get into that song, I want to get into what and who is singing that song. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is go into Revelations chapter 22. Revelations chapter 22 verse 16.
Here's a summary from Bible Ref. Revelation chapter 22 verse 16, Niv. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to give you this testimony for the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. Revelation chapter 22 verse 16, KJV. I, Jesus, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches.
All right. So, remember I was telling you that there was, well, I actually went over what a master of ceremony was and that he was the host. All right. Now we come to chapter 22 of Revelation, verse 16. And we have the morning star. All right. Now, I want you to liken the morning star, the Son of Man, which he is, a Rabboni, a master. I want you to liken the morning star to the master of ceremony. Okay? I also want you to liken the master of ceremony to a harmonizer, a person who is skilled. A person who is skilled, a skilled master of ceremony, which is the morning premier star. All right. So let's consolidate the information. We're talking about this new song, but obviously a song has to be orchestrated. There has to be some type of words to that song, and that song has to be directed, at least for the first time, until people get the song and remember the song. The song has to be constructed. Okay. So, what I want you to do is that I want you to liken the Son of Man, the morning star. I want you to keep that one because it's going to be intricate in this session here. The morning star is the master of ceremony. Okay? Now that we done did that, let's go to Genesis 15:5. Genesis 15 verse 5.
According to Bible Ref, Genesis chapter 15 verse 5, KJV, and he brought him forth abroad, and said, Look now toward heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be.
Alright. So in other videos and in this one, I want to make sure that the nation know that their identity is within the heavens, within Zulu. We are the stars. Let's take another verse. Genesis 26 verse 4.
According to less than be greater than Bible less than be greater than Ref. Genesis chapter 26 verse 4, NLT. I will cause your descendants to become as numerous as the stars of the sky, and I will give them all these lands.
Alright, so of course when we speaking in English, you hear the word sky. So you replace that word with Zulu. I cause your descendants to become as numerous as the stars of Zulu. Okay? In the mighty name of Tata Nzambe Yama Zulu. Alright? This is why Tata Nzambe has a close association with no other nation but the Bantu nation, because the spirits that are within these vessels that we call souls actually house the stars, if you can actually believe that. Alright. We're going to move further here. We're going to go to Job. Job chapter 38. Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself as a moon to Job. I will question you, and you shall answer me. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me if you understand. Who marked off its dimensions? Surely you know. Who stretched a measuring line across it? On what were its footing set, or who laid its cornerstone, while the morning stars sang together. All right, so here we go. I'm going to consolidate information because I'm going down a rabbit hole here for a reason. All right, there's this new song. The Bantu nation, the people that are housed in these vessels down in the earth, are housing stars of heaven, if the scriptures did not prove that. Then, on top of that, we realize that the Son of Man, Yeshaya Congo, the one whom the demoniac called the Most High, is the morning star. In the beginning, the morning stars, we are not children of the night. We are not children of the night. We are children of the day. Okay. So if we are children of the day, then we're also of the morning star. If we are of the morning star, then we are the morning stars. We sang together in the beginning, while the morning stars sang together. All right. I'm going somewhere with this. Okay. Now we're going to go into Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. Oh, excuse me, chapter 14. Excuse me. Revelation chapter 14.
Here's a summary from Bible Ref. 14 I looked, and there before me was a white cloud, and seated on the cloud was one like a son of man with a crown of gold on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. 16 So he who was seated on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the earth was harvested.
All right, we all familiar with Revelation chapter 4. But there's something that I want you to notice. As we spoke of before, the Son of Man is on top of Mount Zion with the 144,000. And the 144,000 have his Father's name written in their forehead. Okay? What does this have to do with this new song? Well, we all have heard of the phrase Christ consciousness. So obviously, these who walk closely to Christ must have a Christ consciousness in order for them to develop a close relationship with Tata Dezambe Yamazulu. Even Congo himself, Yeshaya himself, said, "Did I not come of my own, but of the Father?" So he also came in the name of Tata Dezambe Yamazulu, likened to the 144,000. They came in the name of Tata Dezambe Yamazulu, thus his name is on their forehead. That connection, the way they got that connection, the way they got that connection, the way they got that connection with Tata Dezambe Yamazulu was through Christ consciousness. The first fruits, the ones who made it, the ones who actually pushed. Now, this new song that's talked about, and they sang a new song. Let's get into the verses where they actually mention the new song. Revelation chapter 5, verse 9. and they sang a new song. You are worthy to take the scroll, to open its seal, because you were slain, and with your blood you purchased for Tata the Zombies spirits from every tribe and language and people and nation. All right. So, what am I getting at? This was not a new hit song that's going to come on your local radio. This was a new spirit that had arisen in the hearts of the people spiritually. All right. Now, this new song that is being sung is actually creating something for our future. This new song and the praise within this new song is creating something for us as the Bantu nation for the future. Okay? Follow me here. Alright? So, we know that the Son of Man is the master of ceremony. And he's orchestrating a song, a new song. And we know that Tata the Zombie makes all things new. And this song is not a regular song or earthly song. This is a spiritual and interdimensional song that's being sung from the reins of the heart of the Bantu people. This song is producing, catch me, this song is producing something. This song is producing something that is going to benefit us and give us something in the future. Okay? Now, you say this song is producing something. What is it producing? All right. Sometimes when something is being made, you can't see it being made. But after it's made and it comes and manifests itself, then it's a reality to you. So what if I told you that as a nation, you are stars who create frequencies as a harmonizer? Tata, the Son of Man, the Master of Ceremonies, wants to harmonize our star frequencies until we get a new song. Now we have to realize, going back again, in the beginning we had a new song, and that new song was broken in the Garden of Eden. Now that that song is broken, we have to actually go in and fix the melody that was broken between us and Tata the Zombie Yamazulu. Alright. So now, this whole thing with us coming to salvation has been a salvaging plan for the conscious spirits, us Bantu stars amongst the heavens. In order for us to do that, we're going to have to go deep within us and find the melody, the frequency within us as individuals, and come together and harmonize ourselves within Christ consciousness, because he is the master of ceremony, the harmonizer, in order to get us to sing this new song. Follow me here. Every song has words. In the beginning, the Word was with God, and it was God. and nothing without it was made. Note again, in the beginning, the stars sang together. If the stars sang together and the morning star was in attendance, if we were singing, the nation, if we were singing, then what was Congo doing? Mastering the ceremony. When the stars sang together in the beginning, it was a occasion, it was a event, it was a ceremony. In Revelations, when he comes to get the scroll and opens it, and is worthy to open the scrolls, the saints at that time began to sing a new song in their heart, because the good news, the gospel that we are taking back is the Bantu nation, is that we have a champion who stood up and stood the test of Tata Nzambe, and he was well pleased. What was Tata Nzambe well pleased with? That melody, that frequency within his Christ consciousness. It is a song to him. As a nation, I'm asking us to come together within Christ consciousness, Congo consciousness, and come together, and instead of being in discourse, come together in harmony and sing a new song. Now, is there a purpose for us singing this new song? Of course. When we come together and we sing this new song, music, songs have a way of cleansing things. The heart, the earth, and amongst many other things. Listen to me well and hear me good. When we come together and we go into this 1,000-year reign, we are going to have a new song within our hearts as a nation. And that song will be sung for 1,000 years without fail, without interruption. When the praisers of your Solalei come together in the conscious Christ pattern, the frequency within our heart, and actually conceptualize the kingdom within our heart, and actually sing that new revitalized song within our spirit for that 1,000-year period, all that energy and praise and unity and praise of Tata Nzambe within spirit and truth, you think it's just gonna go somewhere and just disappear? Oh no. So let me reveal tonight what's gonna happen with the Kimbo, the energy, the key that is actually abstracted from that 1,000-year reign of singing a new song in our hearts to Tata Nzambe Yamazulu. I want to reveal to you tonight what he's going to do with that energy. Here we go. Take care of it like this. Revelation chapter 21.
Revelation 21. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride, adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself shall be with them, and be their God.
Make sure you sing that
And
song
God
in your
shall
heart.
wipe away all tears from their eyes. And there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying,
Not with that new song
neither
in your
shall there
heart.
be any more pain. For the former things
The
are
former
passed
thing
away.
are passed away.
And he that sat upon the throne
That old
said,
stuff, because of that new song.
Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely.
The beginning
He that
and the
overcometh shall
end of the
inherit all
song.
things.
A never-ending
And I will be
song
his
inside your heart.
And
Let
he
him
shall be
search
my
the
son.
reins of your heart.
But the fearful, and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And there came unto me one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials full of the 7 last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God. And her light was
This
like
is your
unto a stone,
reward.
most precious, even
This
like a
is
jasper
what you
stone,
built up by
clear as
singing a
crystal.
new song for thousands,
And had a wall
a
great
thousand
and high,
years.
and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
It's your house.
On the east 3
All
gates,
you got to
on the
do
north
is just
3
sing
gates,
it up just
on
like
the
you've
south
been
3
doing
gates,
for the last
and on the
400
west
years.
3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12
It's
apostles
magic.
of the Lamb. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth foursquare, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. And he measured the wall thereof, 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones.
Store your
The
treasures up
first
in
foundation
heaven.
was jasper, the
Keep
second
singing, baby.
sapphire,
Your
the third
reward's
egg
coming.
chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sardonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, the 10th
All these
Chrysoprasus,
stones have
11th
frequencies,
a jacinth,
resonant
the 12th
frequencies.
an amethyst. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of 1 pearl. And the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. And I saw no temple therein, for
No
the Lord God
temple.
Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the
rest
moon
in
to
Him.
shine in it,
Not in a temple,
for the glory of
but
God did
within
lighten
the
it,
Lamb,
and the
within
Lamb
the
is the light
Father.
thereof. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it.
Walk in the
And the kings
light
of the
of
earth
your
do bring
solar
their
lay.
glory and honor into it. And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination, or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
All right, family. All right, family. Hopefully, I gave you guys something tonight. Let's go over it again. What is the new song that's being sung in Revelation all about? It is a spiritual song within our hearts as a nation that will be sung, which is being sung now up in the heavens, But we need to convert it down here and start singing that song in the earth in order to bring the unison between heaven and earth back. It has to reconnect. We have to start singing that new song within our hearts. Behold, he makes all things new. The spirit within you should renew you. The old man must die. You must sing that new song. Become reborn in the spirit and sing that new song. We will sing that song together in unison, under harmony, as one nation for 1,000 years. And with that key, with that energy, with that praise, with that treasure that we stole up in heaven with Tata Nzambe Yamazulu, will come back down and reciprocate itself in the earth and actually manifest itself into New Jerusalem by the magic power of Tata Nzambe Yamazulu conscious energy. When you're singing that new song, you're actually building up conscious energy. He's going to take that conscious energy, he's going to use it, and he's going to make a place that is wonderful, splendorful. It's going to be something that you can't even imagine. The words on that paper, the words that you heard tonight cannot express the fullness of the treasure within New Jerusalem, especially within our hearts. Start singing that new song, sing it in harmony. Do not sing it in discourse. Sing it together. Do not try to sound better than another. Don't try to sound louder. Don't try to go at each other for competition. Come together within the spirit and sing that new song, that gospel, the good news that salvation is at hand for our nation, and we will obtain it together in harmony with that new song that burns in your heart, within your spirit, forever and ever. It will produce New Jerusalem within your heart. With that, I'm going to let y'all guys go. Hope to see you back again on the Bantu Exodus channel. Amen and Geta. Hallelujah.